Booba's, yeah. It's a red skipping rope. Here's the video game. So last we left off, somebody is dead, and it's not any of the people that are important. More specifically, it's not Kyoko. Which means, you know, Makoto's off the hook. Well, wait a minute, is he off the hook? I guess we'll find out. People will use their truth bullets against me. I wish it was me. I get what you mean.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
Oh no, why?
Your votes will determine the results.
Why? Every time there's a class trial, this is the 5th class trial. Every time I forget that they're all fully voiced, so I don't have to do anything. I just get to sit here and enjoy it. Like, I poured myself water for this. Why? I just get to sit here.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone. Okay,
yep, we know how it works.
I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well,
that was loud, sorry.
Let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
That's why you gotta make some commentary? I can't make commentary in this game.
We need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
I'm still waiting for the just play the game supercut of all the moments where I've said something, waited 10 seconds, clicked the button, and my question was immediately answered.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Come on, Hiro. Come on. Bruh.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
Hello?
No, that's a ghost!
How many ghosts is he gonna see? He's seen like 5 or 6 ghosts.
But she has legs and stuff.
Ghosts don't have legs. Same brain cell.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
That's actually pretty cool. Thank you, Hiro.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
No, there's not.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's
Easy
compare
enough.
Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
What the? Why are we doing this? Makoto! Ugh.
Her traits?
Guys, she's... One important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her. The gloves? Why do I gotta call her out like that, though? That's freaking rude. Makoto. Out of everything here, you're...
I got it!
Come on. Immediately start
I'm talking about
with...
her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
She's back for 10 minutes, and you're immediately like, I'm gonna out your secret. I know about you. The bear told me. I trust him. Or the moments where he said something, and then the next line was someone saying it word for word.
I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
Someone?
And would you happen to know the answer?
Yes. In fact, Monokuma told me.
Oh,
apparently
thanks.
you
Byakuya
have
did
scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
At least it's not Makoto this time, so she can't be mad at Makoto.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
What does that have to do with anything?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion.
Hiro?
I'm not convinced.
How is he
the
still
ghost
here?
is just trying to fool us all.
How did he make it? Everyone else, well, I guess he's not a target. That's why. There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove it, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. What? Come on. So I don't have any choice but to use a truth bullet. Already? Alright.
That
Sure.
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead
Tattoo.
body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves, because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This
Tattoo?
entire discussion is idiotic.
Thank you, Byakuya. Kyoko's wearing
That
gloves? The corpse
Kyoko
isn't wearing
there is
gloves?
just a ghost.
Is that what I have to do? Do I have to take the corpse
Okay,
wasn't wearing
then prove
gloves?
The dead body
Wasn't wearing
Do this?
gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have.
Nope, that's wrong.
Shoot!
Did I say something weird?
That.
All right, so it
Kyoko
must be the
there is
tattoo
just
then?
A ghost.
Impossible.
Okay,
Is it the
then
tattoo
prove
or is it
Prove
the
she's
expanded
not a
body
ghost.
analysis? Because one of
The
these
dead
things
body
is...
wasn't wearing gloves.
They
gonna
got
go with
burnt
tattoo.
up in the explosion.
I'm a ghost?
Then
Interesting.
she was
That was
wearing
Kyoko
gloves
saying
before
that.
the explosion.
I really don't want to tell you.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
Oh, I was supposed to click there.
Entire discussion is idiotic.
Whoops. I want to watch you fail. Is this gonna be a...
Kyoko there is just a
Ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body.
Wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt
up in the
Then she was wearing.
Well, yeah, she must.
Is it this one? Nope, that's not right.
Shoot!
There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. I am gonna fail
Kyoko
this.
there is just a ghost.
Kyoko.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
That's
They
true.
got burnt up in the explosion.
Do you have proof of
Then
that?
she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been
wearing gloves.
How do you know she must have been wearing gloves?
Shoot!
Oh, is it the fake nails? Is that why she's not
Kyoko
wearing
there is
gloves?
just a ghost.
Because you can't wear gloves with fake nails, even though Kyoko's wearing fingerless gloves right now?
Then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't
Is it really
wearing
the
gloves.
fake nails? That's so stupid.
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing.
Well,
That doesn't make any
No,
sense.
that's wrong.
Yes, she's not wearing fingerless gloves? Oh,
No,
I thought she was.
there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain.
Oh yeah, it's inconvenient, therefore it's impossible. I don't know why I'm debunking Makoto's own theory when it's Hiro that's making no sense, but you know, whatever.
Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Also doesn't fully line up. I don't see the logic there. If anything, I would wear fake nails so that I can hide my insecurities, but you know, whatever.
Jeez,
Keep
man,
going, Makoto.
you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Okay, Hiro.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well,
No, that
Kyoko,
makes
any
sense.
thoughts?
Was it you that died? Give us a straight
These
answer.
gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life.
That's interesting.
If I wore fake nails,
do you remember that?
the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Thanks, Byakuya.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
Clearly not anybody that's standing here, and we only knew there was 5 of us before, and a random 6 person shows up, and now there's a random 6 body that's not any of the 5. Whatever.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Thanks, Hiro. For anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Oh boy. Guys. Good warm-up round, Hiro. Thank you for the contribution. The tattoo.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so.
Whoa, what the?
face
What's
was
going on?
scorched beyond recognition,
But the hand
and
wasn't.
there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file.
Well, if we can't identify the body,
Yes, we can.
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
Do we have to figure out who died? We just have to figure out who killed him. The one thing that could tell us was on the victim's own body.
if Kyoko really, then who died?
there's gotta be some. I don't think so.
Then who died?
The face was scorched, and there wasn't any description. Well, if we can't identify.
Find the body.
No, that's wrong.
I feel like for some reason.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
Nobody understands what's ever happening in these. It's like everybody has the mind of a 4 or 3-year-old. They just lose all of their memories of exactly what happened. And then Makoto's like, did you forget? We were there. We just talked about this.
What? For real?
Did you see the trailer for the new Spike Chunsoft game? Is there a new one? Is it during the Nintendo Direct? Because I kind of skipped over everything that had
Cruel
like
and unusual death.
this art style.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
Characters got the same Danganronpa art style, and there was straight up in a moment in the trailer where the character had the dramatic pose and the "I'll counter those words" kind of response. It was in the Direct. Was it the one that involved like the secret powers of the dead people or something?
She's just being stupid.
Was it 3D?
Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
Her master must have made her
Stop.
get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
I despise Toko.
Seriously?
Despise.
They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
All right. I'll guess I'll do it. Tattoo. Where's the Fenrir? Is it the profile? It's the profile.
I got it!
I got it.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
It's called Master Detective Archives Rain-Code. Yeah, I actually did watch that one. Strangely enough, I skipped all the other, like, these kind of games, except for that one. I watched it. The trailer, at least.
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get
It's
a
a marking.
tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
Image that represents Fenrir is the dog. The image itself is the Fenrir. What? Wolf? Oh. Man, that was tough.
Now I understand.
They're just squeezing in these mini games when they don't fit
The
at
representation of Fenrir
At
is
all?
a wolf.
Fenrir, the wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast.
I just noticed we didn't talk at all about like the clown vomit in the background, did we? That's just there.
He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
There she is. She knows history.
Tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir.
I see the logic.
So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Alexander?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
No.
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right.
Monokuma, what are you doing spoiling?
Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
The 16th student of Okay, yeah, we had enough of that
Are
last
you
time.
saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It
Not the
means we were
mastermind.
wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
How? I guess the ultimate cause of despair instead of the ultimate, I don't know.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place.
Yeah, Kyoko. That's your fault.
After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
Yeah, I gave out everyone's secret. Sorry, Kyoko. Don't hate me.
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Then who was she? who was Mukuro Ikusaba?
The ultimate soldier, the ultimate despair, the 16th student of Havoc Peak Academy, Alexander Hamilton. Please give the flashback.
She's
I need
been
to see
gone
it
this
again.
whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying
Usually.
she wasn't an important character?
Got him.
Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
Would you rather be one of the 15 that has to deal with all this, or would you rather be Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student of Havoc Peak Academy, the ultimate despair, who got to sit in the air-conditioned camera room and chill with a luchador mask on all the time? And, you know, assuming that you don't just get stabbed. Assuming.
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
Kyoko.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
Therefore, you can never tell the truth again. Nothing you say is true.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost.
Monokuma don't want to spoil the ending too soon.
Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Okay. Thanks, Byakuya. That means a lot. If I say I'd rather be one of the participants, would I get an ultimate
I
talent?
have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation.
Great. Write it down.
Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
Someone killed somebody.
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
I would say you get an ultimate talent, but if you choose the role of Alexander Hamilton, nobody can know what your talent is, so it doesn't matter. You'd still have one, so you would know what it is, but no one else would. And if it's important to you that other people know, then you'd have to be with the rest of the student body.
There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along.
Oh my god, Mukuro Ikusaba too!
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Alright, spoilers.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did
Mukuro.
it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
Have we?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking
Oh
about,
no,
right,
my health bar
Makoto?
showed up.
Who the evidence points to?
Oh no, why did my health bar show up? There can only be two suspects. Toko and Genocide Jack. Mukuro and the headmaster. Makoto and Kyoko. This is probably the right answer, isn't it? But this one's funny.
I got it!
Hero?
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain.
Truth bullet.
Just after nighttime last
I like
night,
how-
I went to the garden. So I can confirm.
Byakuya literally got rid of the Bill of... Well, this is in Japan, so there's no Bill of Rights, but the 5th amendment to the Bill of Rights, to the Constitution, saying that you're not allowed to testify against yourself. Byakuya threw that out the window when he was like, we already suspect 2 people. Ain't that right, Makoto? Tell us who it is. So Makoto had to flat out say, it's me, ain't it?
That at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden.
This isn't a real court. Are you kidding me?
However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
When was Monokuma tell us that? It's the Monokuma class trial.
The gym?
Oh,
That's right.
the gym.
The 4 of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma.
A Monokuma robot.
The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Did we forget Sakura did not have a killer? I mean, she did, but it was herself. How come, this can't be another moment like that? Why is that out of the picture?
Exactly so.
Kyoko about to say she was in the gym. She was pretty surprised to learn they were in the gym. It's like, what? Were you playing basketball? Playing dodgeball? Playing indoor kickball? The only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
I was sleeping. That's where I was. That's my alibi.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
No, I'm thinking of loading my truth gun.
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might
here we go.
reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Yes, Kyoko.
Me and
Help me.
Byakuya
Oh,
can
no,
both
no, not you.
confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at...
No.
Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body?
Great. Wonderful. Thanks, Ina.
Oh, but what time did we find the body?
After 7:30, that's for sure.
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
What time was the body discovered? What? What? Come on! What the? 11 o'clock.
Shoot!
Shoot. 10 o'clock. Come on!
Shoot! I
9
got it.
o'clock.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m. Since
don't
that's when
remember.
Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Why did they do what they normally do, which is make it like 9 a.m., blueberry waffle, and hero? Why did they have to actually put answers? Hi, Pat. Homophobia? Time was it? 9 on the dot. Yeah, I remember now that they did a
He's
flashback
right.
and all.
It had to be around then.
Sleep when you're dead? I have to bus drive. I will kill others.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
Get somebody else to drive the bus.
For me, I was already asleep
That easy.
before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around...
I would call out, but no, that's evil. Huh? Call out. Do it. Get no money.
Oh yeah! Right around 7:30.
No.
I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
I wonder what happens at 7:30. I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. Looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during that time. I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Sprinklers. There's 4 buses tomorrow that already don't have people driving them. I would be killed. That's not your fault. Don't
We've
relate that to
established
you.
a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock? What the?
Yep, and Makoto
3
doesn't have an
o'clock? What the-
alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock
Who's just out here clicking time up?
7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder.
Or
I should think.
9:30.
So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Hold on, say that again. I wasn't listening. I love that
We've
all the pink
established a
shows that
time
there's
frame
somebody
for the
just
murder.
counting up
It
every
took
hour.
place somewhere between
10 o'clock,
at night
11 o'clock,
and 9 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have
3
an alibi
o'clock.
for most of that.
Yeah, from 7.
7:30. What? The sprinklers? The sprinklers go at 7:30.
Shoot!
What?
We've established a time frame for the murder.
I will
It
watch
took
the VOD
place somewhere
tomorrow. This is
between
my
10
favorite
o'clock at
trial.
night.
Is it?
And 9 o'clock in the morning.
This is a good one?
Yep. And
The
Makoto
trial?
doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
I
That's
guess.
more than enough time to commit murder, I think. So, Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be
Fragments,
the time.
that's nothing. Exploded body, nothing. Something that happens in the garden at the same time every morning. Is it not 7:30 when the sprinklers go off?
We've established a time frame for the murder.
Would it be
It took
exploded
place
body
somewhere
analysis?
between 10 o'clock at night and
Or
9 o'clock
7:30?
in the morning.
Yep. And Makoto.
Yeah, from 7.
Nope, that's not it. What?
Shoot!
It's a good thing I have all these extra hearts.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
This doesn't make
and
sense.
9 o'clock in the morning.
If in the morning was
And
selected,
Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
Like for most.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I
what do you
should
mean,
think.
bruh? I don't know.
So, Makoto,
If you have any objections,
I'm
now
gonna,
would
it's-
be the time.
there's only one other thing to click, so I guess I have to
We've
click
established
it.
a time. It took
place
Sprinklers.
No, that's wrong! Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right?
That's a red herring. How dare they highlight 7:30? So I remember sprinklers at 7:30, and then when they highlight 7:30 in the trial, and I have sprinklers as a bullet.
So
Whatever.
if the body had been in the garden before
Whatever.
7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
But it was only half soaked. But also, what about that rag?
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly.
Why would you
The
counter
body
7:30 with
was
sprinklers?
wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
I don't know why I countered anything with anything in this game, because half the time, the arguments don't make a cohesive unit in my mind. I just click them, and then it, talks about something completely different.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I doused that body with water
I'm wrong?
when it lit on fire, and you
How?
passed out from the explosion.
Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet?
What the?
How dare you spew
What the-
such indecent words!
No,
what the
I'm
what?
saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
Can't see.
What do you mean?
Good night, Pat. Thank you for stopping by.
By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Yes.
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the
It's a-
sprinkler,
Say thanks to Pat. Don't forget to thank the bus driver. Thanks, Doc.
you'd better tell us why!
You're the one spewing those words. Need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko. That should do it. We look at the body itself. That should make it clear. Only half the body was wet. Oh no, what am I doing?
I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me?
Yes.
I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me?
Is she almost dead? There's so
I
many.
admit nothing. I'm right about I admit nothing. No! How can you say it wasn't?
This should prove it.
I'm so happy that this minigame's not in the next game. I am so happy.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry.
Got him. Is it though? You told me it
If the
isn't.
sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm not following what you mean, Toko. I think I know what you mean, but I'm gonna push that out of my
I'm
mind.
so sick of her.
Same.
Let's just move on. The reason only
Hi,
the
Jay.
top half was wet was because
We traded out Pat for Jay.
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
You were passed out from flying 10 feet in the
Then
air.
I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
After the sprinklers ended at whatever time they end.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
And dun dun dun, Makoto has an alibi for that time, but Kyoko don't.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
Come back, Pat. I'm sorry. I'm not that scary, am I?
So there's no way Makoto could
Zipper
have
mouth.
done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Of course, the main character gets her back put to the wall. Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Mukuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone?
I'd just like to say one thing.
Nipples.
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
Are you admitting you did it?
Which is why I can't let that happen.
Please don't admit. Oh,
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Bells, that minigame is in the second game. It's other games that were changed and new ones added. God dang it.
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone.
You're telling me they got tons and tons of feedback, and all the feedback said, keep that one and get rid of all the rest? Really?
This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me?
Well, keep up, Monokuma. We blamed you after the first death.
Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Even Monokuma is intimidated.
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
I love that shut up you. That was good.
Huh? She did?
That one's vital to the game. Couldn't have Danpo without it.
She thought Mukuro was the
Really
ultimate
good genre.
despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko?
That's not exactly right.
But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So that was her motive?
The bullet time one? Is that what it's called? Bullet time?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
Not the bear also having a master kink. Kinsey, why do I even read your messages? 90% of the time. More, at least 30% of the time. It's messages like that.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Wait, Kyoko, stop. Wait, we're supposed to be teammates. No. Bruh.
Huh?
It's not what it's called. Oh, wait, is it in this one? Bullet time battle? Whatever, the click right mouse button, then click left mouse button, and alternate. And there's no actual skill. That one.
The sprinklers
long.
didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Kyoko, stop.
Interesting.
Stop it.
I'm listening.
Oh, you're not.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
No, stop. I also found that certain something. Why am I about to... Makoto, shut your mouth. What are you doing? Why are you giving yourself up like this? Not yourself, but why are you helping her?
I got it!
I got it.
You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that.
What? How do you prove that, Kyoko?
Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
I don't know why you read my messages either. She's still mad at you.
This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
I thought we were okay.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
To make you think that it happened after the sprinklers.
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an
They love
excuse
that.
exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Kyoko, Byakuya are brother and sister. They love in other words. Their dad said in other words to them every night before they went to sleep, and it's stuck in their heads. No, it's the chicken? Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? Because I made her look like the killer. That's why. No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp! It was used in the way Kyoko said. The tarp must have touched the body, right? But there's no blood on it.
Wait. Something's not right.
The chickens drink up all the water. That's why it's clean. The fifth chicken did
And
it.
what might that be?
That's gonna actually what it's gonna be, isn't it? The fifth chicken did it. That's why it's missing. The fifth chicken had to escape after stabbing that knife into Alexander Hamilton. Can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. Oh no. You are making me do this. Body before the explosion?
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
Thanks,
But the
Hero.
underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless.
Right?
I've never heard Makoto talk one of these.
It's because that side was protected from the water.
Whoops. Whoops, I didn't mean to click. Yes, I see. So what you're saying is, I have absolutely no idea. I meant to just keep listening to the rest
By
of the
covering
story.
the body with the tarp,
The killer prevented. So the reason that is because the spring, but the underside, it was totally. It's because that side.
Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
There you go. She's pissed you told him about the ultimate despair. I would be too. He talks in some of them, does he? I don't remember. Blood on the body hadn't dried. Byaku even warned us not to touch it to avoid getting any blood on us.
by covering the body with the tarp,
The killer prevented it.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got
But the underside of it,
It was totally spotless.
it's because
that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body,
Protected from the water.
of course it didn't get dirty.
But the body was... Wait, should... Okay, I'm going to try and logic my way through this one the way the game wants me to. So, I know that the tarp should have been dirty from the blood. Therefore, my bullet should be the status of the body before it exploded, because that's where the blood was. Therefore, when Hiro talks about why one side isn't dirty, and he says it's because it's from the water, I say no, it should be dirty on both sides because of the status of the body. So when he talks about why one side is clean, right?
By
That's the
covering
logic the
body
game
with
wants
the
me to
killer
have.
prevents-
so the reason the tarp.
Only dirty on one side.
Sprinkler got that side wet.
Okay, I missed.
But the underside of the tarp,
It was totally spotless because
That side was
protected since it was facing down.
Of course it didn't.
It didn't get dirty, but it should have. Haha! I
no,
did it!
that's wrong. Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it,
If you think about it.
because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you.
He's baiting Hiro just to turn around and call him an idiot.
If you put a tarp on a body in that state, It absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Your bullets are to counter their arguments, not to agree with them. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Unless you're trying to wash the side that has the blood on it, but not the side that has the dirty water on it, to make people think that you didn't wash the one side that has the blood on it, but didn't wash the dirty water side. But you know, high school.
Oh, yeah, true.
It works on Hero!
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? Camouflage? Who are you trying to hide from? The sharks?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
How would we know that, Kyoko? Come on. How would you know that?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
The nurse's office. I knew I should have gone in there.
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office.
Hiro, I feel like an idiot now because Hiro said that.
That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time.
Dang it. I try so hard to be a Kyoko, and every time I'm a hero.
The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
In the garden. The chicken. Oh no, it killed the chicken. Oh no. That's so sad. Oh, I don't want to click it, but I know it's true. Every single non-stop argument in this game, you hover the right bullet over the right argument, slow down time, and just watch it pass by saying, nah, it can't be.
I got it!
It's called a lack of
Could it have
confidence.
been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
Pink camo to hide that she was killed by the tummy custard machine. That thing's dangerous. That's why that show got shut down.
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood?
Blood?
Man, that's messed up.
It is messed
Killing a
up.
living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Come on, Hina. How dare you kill a chicken just to hide the fact that you killed another person? What's wrong with you? The weight of life that we put on these scales.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around.
It's like we value the chicken's life more since it's completely innocent compared to a human who we know can never be completely innocent.
Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Forgot they actually mentioned the chickens? Yeah, they pointed out a couple times.
But even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body.
Unless that wasn't that much blood.
But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it.
Didn't you also just get upset about the chicken thing being killed to cover up the murder?
Was completely clean.
Yes.
I have
I'm not
to
saying
agree,
I'm immune to it.
That certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
Maybe she was never actually dead, and Toko killed her accidentally by lifting up the mask and blowing up the bomb.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so.
Or the fact that they said a body's been discovered, like, way after we all discovered the body.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Got him?
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off.
I'm so happy Kyoko's doing it this time instead of saying, "Don't worry, Hina. Makoto will explain it for you."
But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood.
That's what I said, but then it was said in the file that the body was dead before the explosion. Oh, you're right, I did forget about that.
This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
Can we just sit down and appreciate the fact that Kyoko didn't even hear that someone had been killed, saw that everybody was missing and to go to the red room, so she walks up 4 flights of stairs, finds the body, peeks around for maybe a minute, comes back down, and knows exactly what happened? She didn't even have all the time Makoto had.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off,
Kyoko built different. She
wouldn't
really
we have had
be.
to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
You see, the garden doesn't close, ever. 24/7, you can walk in whenever you want. That's why it's not difficult to go into the garden anytime you want, because the garden's open.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe. But still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall,
Hina.
did you two stay together from that point on?
For the most
Oh,
part.
no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
That's not fair. You said let's go to the gym and then we walked, but you don't have a walking animation. That's not my fault.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
No.
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
She figured this out within 10 minutes of looking around the body. Yes. Random Sakura voice. It's because she says Hina a lot. The suspicion falls back on me again. Makoto sussy baka. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. It's a game to her. She wants me to free myself. What the? How, I get ammo during the trial? Who's narrator?
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one.
Surprised you didn't joke about her voice line so in the end that she says all the time. I don't recognize that one that she says all the time.
Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide?
Yeah!
Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Yes, let's go. Thank you, hero. You're so smart.
Oh!
See?
Hina?
Pretty good idea, right?
No.
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't
For
just stand
serious?
there. Out with it.
You know what? I just noticed how long Hina's neck is.
You know that knife
Do
we
you see
found
that?
all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back.
One of those lines they repeat when they talk outside trials. Oh.
So, what about it?
They all got long necks? Okay, maybe it's the fact that Hina's is so skinny.
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to skip that. More important, now that we have the knife, what are we going to do with it? We gave it to Makoto. It's Makoto's knife. Yes, everybody, thank you. You remembered. I'm so happy everyone remembered that Toko gave me the knife. She did it on purpose.
The knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that fact?
I didn't hide it. I just didn't point it out.
It's not that I hid it. It's just...
Well, you see, I was sleeping, but now I'm going to change my story. I wasn't sleeping. I was fully awake when I was being attacked by Rey Mysterio in the middle of the night. Then I saw Kyoko for a second. You have to believe me.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto.
Not came from Makoto.
Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
That's more than 30. Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Make your argument. It's not me. It was the, let me see. The fragments? No. Dead body analysis, maybe?
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
No.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
No.
So there's no question.
That's not what killed her.
You took that knife of yours
Oh
and
god, why is it
killed her with
sideways?
it.
Stab, stab.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
You're one to talk, Toko. That
The
knife isn't
we
what killed her,
found
was it?
lodged in the dead body.
It was the
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
a
really
blunt force
is, isn't
trauma.
I was afraid of that.
If he did have that, that seals it. Just because I had that automatic, well,
Getting stabbed is
No, is that not right?
Shoot!
What's the truth then? Oh
The
shoot.
knife we found lodged in the dead body.
Disguised dead
It's
body?
the same one we gave
Fragments?
to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
if he did have that, that seals it. Just because I had that automatic, well,
getting stabbed is what killed.
so there's
No question.
You took that knife.
What a horrible
There's
man
only
you are,
two.
Makoto.
The coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed, which means that the knife was thrust through the coat into the body. So it's the
knife
disguised
we
dead body
found
that I have to
lodged in
click.
the dead body.
Yeah?
It's the same one
You just got a
we
shiny
gave
new
to
bullet, and here
Makoto.
you are shooting yesterday's
It
news.
really is, isn't it? I was
If he did have that, that seals it. Just because I had that automatic, well,
Getting stabbed.
That doesn't
No, that's
make
wrong.
full sense to me, but sure. The tarp was put on after she was already dead,
Wait,
which
hold
means
on.
the knife
The stab
already
wound
through her
isn't what killed Mukuro.
when she was already dead. That's what the disguise part means, not
That
the fact
should
that
be
the
clear
body was
from the
analyzed.
description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies. We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp and then put the bloody coat on it, right?
It was a distraction. The knife didn't kill
In
her.
other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
There we go. Wow, Makoto got that logic.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
There you go. Hero with the actual logic. Victim was stabbed twice in the same spot. No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see in the file.
I got it! The
Did it say
Monokuma
she
file
was stabbed
clearly
twice?
states that there was only one stab wound.
Does it count as one stab wound if you get stabbed in the exact same spot twice?
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Then the knife.
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her.
The blunt force trauma to the head.
Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing.
There's a lot of cover-ups here. A lot of
The
cover-ups.
explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her.
I think it's Byakuya just for the sake of how intricate this is.
It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
It's gonna freak me out when Hiro's the one that did it.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
Had a bomb.
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use,
You didn't have
you'd
to say
know
that.
the answer.
You didn't have to say that, Byakuya.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic-level spontaneous combustion!
Thank you, Hero. Thank you so much.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go
Oh,
ahead,
please be dumb
Makoto.
enough. What?
Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
You're so smart. You tell her. Come on. Why? It's either gonna be the fragments or the bomb. Well, there is no bomb, is there? All right, it's the fragments.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
How would the murderer put so much time and effort into doing these intricate cover-ups and still not put the code on correctly?
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural. Because, of course,
Bomb.
we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto.
He did have to, though. No, he didn't.
And the only one who would benefit from that
Is Kyok.
is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Got him.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
Even after Kyoko was like, it's Makoto. Oh, by the way, it's Makoto. And for the third time, it's Makoto. And here's why it's Makoto. By the way, it's not me because it's Makoto. And then Byakuya's like, oh, that must mean it's Kyoko then. And now Makoto's like, whoa, hold on. Wait. We don't know it's Kyoko. Dude's in deep. Head over heels. Girls always get the most annoyed and offended whenever they actually have to play the game.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
I want my visual novels to be novels.
Fine. I
I'm
have
also
no
at 4
problem with
hearts.
that. Let us continue the debate.
I need to save them for all the bullets because apparently that's my worst section.
It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
Makoto simping hard. He is. We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate. Yeah. No. Thought it was gonna be easy. Oh, okay. Good. 1 bullet.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
Doesn't the file say
The
it's...
explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
Thanks,
And
Zero.
it wasn't because of the knife, right? Then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Wow.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
How do you know that? Wait a minute. The knife was a cover, but all those other wounds in her body weren't fresh, which only leaves...
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
I don't... Wait a minute.
The
What?
explosion didn't kill her for
As
sure.
always. 1 bullet, haha. I guess I have to steal one?
Well,
Yeah, sure. And it wasn't because of
The Monokuma file. For once, Hero coming in clutch.
that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless...
Please be right. No! This is a mistake. What? Can I look at
Then,
the file?
shall we continue
Hold
the
on.
debate?
They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time. They'd also been stuck in the head with an object about as thick as metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. So that's got to be why she died. It has to be the pipe. The fact that the wounds are several days old has nothing to do with anything.
The victim's fatal injury has yet...
The explosion didn't
Oh wait,
Well,
I gotta
yeah.
go and steal.
It wasn't because of
I have to steal the pipe thing
yeah.
and then click it on fatal
That's
injury,
gotta be
right?
it. There was evidence that
that
showed she
it?
was hit on the
Back. And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then
There you
Charlie
go, hit on the
took
back of the
Victim's
head.
fatal injury.
Gotcha.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah. Suck my bullet, Byakuya.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
Look at how much he's vibrating. Look at that. He's so excited. He knows for a fact. You actually shot it and not just went,
What about the wounds
Oh, I went
all
him.
over the rest of her body?
Don't you worry.
They didn't have anything to do with it?
The file itself
The
says...
Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh
Yeah,
wounds.
what he said.
Oh yeah,
Why am I
good
here?
point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
Lead pipe.
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
Oh no. Oh no, Toko.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Unless you used the back of it.
Well, maybe they held it the other way
no.
and hit her with the handle.
No, here. Why do I keep doing this to myself?
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power.
Okay, thanks,
I
Toko.
wouldn't mind
Put
testing
Hero-
it on you if you want.
Put Hero in his place.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of
What
yours, throw it on the ground
What
and,
the-
and spit on it.
What the?
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Okay.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count.
So
Nope.
what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto.
Come on.
Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Come on. Why do you keep doing this to me? Yoko, help me out. Boy. The arrows? It's the only other thing I could think of. Do you get hit on the head with a blunt metal object? As thick as a pipe, though. That's not thick. But there's nothing else here. That's gotta be it. That's the only thing. We need a confirmation of you saying exactly what Hero would say right before he says it. Tag yourselves as what? A character? If Bells is Hero, I don't want to be Hero. I really don't want to be Hero. Hero's hilarious, but I don't want to be Hero. It's gotta be the arrows, right?
I got it!
Oh, thank God.
Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
An arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you
Kinsey
sure?
thinks she's Mondo.
That sounds kind of weird.
You know, I don't know who Kinsey would be. Kinsey doesn't really fit the personality of anybody that's here. Maybe, I guess Mondo? I don't really know.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
Nobody knows. Danny doesn't know. Jay doesn't know.
I'm not
Kinsey
backtalking
doesn't
anything.
even know.
I'm just saying what I think.
Their personalities are too extreme. I don't blame Hina for doubting it, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. The duct tape? The fact that they were in the locker?
Titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right?
Oh, that's what the
I
duct
have
tape is
no
for?
doubt that was the murder weapon.
They covered up the arrow with the duct tape
You
and
don't
then
sound
smacked it in their
convinced.
head and
What's
then
the
took all the
problem?
duct tape off,
Well,
right?
Because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Why is it getting so
Back to
small?
Master.
Seems like an arrow would just be too
You
thin.
have no right!
It's also the only thing I can actually click on.
The titanium arrow.
Maybe
It was in the
Toko,
dojo
honestly,
locker,
just how
right?
nasty her mouth is.
I have no
And that
doubt
you
that
can't
was
read
the
my
murder
messages
weapon.
out loud and you skip her
Are you
dialogue.
You don't sound convinced.
Well, it said the weapon must have been about. It seems
Like an arrow.
just.
Got it.
No, that's wrong.
I'd be Makoto, professional Kyoko simp.
You're right.
Makoto's the only non-extreme
Just the
character.
one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Are you admitting that you are all top of the line bell curve?
Another weapon?
Completely average?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled up wad of duct tape.
I'd probably be closest to Celeste, not because, you know, obvious reasons, but because she's also the one that was like, I don't trust any of you idiots. I'm gonna just plan my own thing, get away with murder if I can, so I can leave, because I hate this place. Also, check out this cool freaking game room. Isn't this awesome?
The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together.
We're just lucky enough to be invited. Okay, so I can't be Makoto.
Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
That's weird coming from Toko.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is
is
it
it?
harsh? Were you even listening?
Anyway,
What?
that explains the murder
Hero's
weapon.
so freaking stupid. Swear to God. If anything, Ivan is hero. Not to call Ivan stupid, but just from the way Hero acts and how he's like never paying attention.
As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon
Our hero
in the
could be
dojo
Tony, because
locker,
Tony asks a lot of questions about what we just answered. Oh yeah?
It was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
You have been to the dojo. You were there at the start, weren't you? When we first were discovering like all the areas?
How can you say that with such confidence?
The key to the dojo was, or the key to the locker was in her room.
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
Dude, fight your own battles. I swear to God.
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer.
Murderer?
You know what will happen if you do, don't you?
Nothing? Nothing will happen, because nothing will happen.
If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all. Remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
What? Then why don't you? If you're so adamant about you not dying along with everybody, why don't you show the evidence? Kyoko, no sign. I have evidence? I don't even remember Monokuma's account. Okay. That has nothing to do with anything for now.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
Remember, I'm coming over tomorrow. Oh, you'll be coming, all right, if Master allow. Okay, thank you, kids. If I could pick characters from other games, maybe I would think of a relatable character, but only Jay would recognize them.
And
And
how
actually,
does that
who would it
prove
be? I
anything?
didn't actually think of one yet. Oh,
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb.
I think.
That key is just
never
the
mind,
final
never mind.
piece of the puzzle.
I thought of somebody that could be Sayaka, but I don't want to
Your
say.
non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, chill.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
Yes, and you're going to listen to me, Takami.
No, It's not that I want to defend her. It's just... There's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something.
Why were you in my room?
Last night, you were in my room, weren't you?
The more I think about it, the more alike I am to Toko, and I'm upset about that.
Why? What were you doing there?
She grows on you. You hate her because you are her. This is true.
That's what I need to know.
Why were you in Makoto's room?
I was just protecting you.
Oh, thanks.
What?
Appreciate it. That's all. No, you don't need to explain. I'm good. She's protecting me. Does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue. She's so nice. Would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait,
You're not Monokuma. Get out of here.
I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Byakuya, Kyoko, they're playing that bullet time minigame right now.
Really?
Right at this
But
moment.
you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What were they up to? What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? Wait a minute, Byakuya has to answer his own questions? Kyoko just pulled a Makoto when the body was found, huh?
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly
Byakuya
what
can't
I
understand
said.
English.
I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya,
This is a long
what
one.
are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
That's not true.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct?
But how could he have done that?
Could I really have done that?
Nope. Kyoko gave her room key to Byakuya, right? Which would mean...
Those words you
just spoke.
Exactly what
I'm not the killer.
Take
You
this, I
should
guess?
understand that.
Byakuya.
Master would never hide.
There's proof.
that you aren't.
Is it this? There's proof?
Is that what you're saying?
You stated
You said I hid the evidence of my and then left the locker key in my
That's not it? Shoot. Why doesn't Byakuya lose any hearts for not understanding?
Those words you
Kyoko's
just
secretly a
spoke.
Makoto.
What do you mean?
exactly what
I'm not the killer.
Is it not
You
the
should
killer?
understand that more than
anyone.
Byakuya.
Master would never.
There's proof that you.
Is that what you're
Oh
saying?
wait,
You
I had
stated
it backwards?
You said I hid the
and
I had
then
it backwards,
left
I think.
the locker
key in my own room. There's
But-
proof.
Could I really have done that?
The other way around, I think.
Those words you just.
Exactly what. I'm not the killer. You should understand.
Byakuya.
Master would never hide.
There's proof that you.
There you go.
No, that's wrong.
It's a good thing they just repeat themselves over and over.
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Close. Because he doesn't have a heart. Yeah,
Why
that's
not?
true. We all forgot. We all don't know.
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant.
Caught.
And if
In
I
4K.
had the key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
it would appear not.
Got him.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
What? No, that's not actually true. There's a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie. This just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened? What? Wait, what was the lie? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, because she's the killer, or is it something else? Or is there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier?
You vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
The mastermind's trapped. The mastermind's trying to trap Kyoko, but What if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I? The mastermind's trap. What's going on? Did Makoto just pass out? It's almost time, Bells. Get ready. Wait, get ready for what? The victim was Mukuro and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. What did she lie about? I'm the only one who can expose it, but who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The mastermind's trap.
If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? Wrong?
Do I have to make a choice? What do I do? Run away! Is this one of those options where it matters? Or, like, does this change the story at all? Or is this, if I choose anything but let it go, nothing happens? I did this wrong the first time, because I had no clue what was happening. Is the obvious choice run away? You can get a bad ending. Wait a minute. How far into the game does this bad ending happen? Because I don't want to sit here, play this game for another 15 hours just to get a bad ending and be like, you should have picked this other one. Go play through the game again, you idiot. If it's like you click this, you'll watch a cutscene of everybody die, or you watch a cutscene of Kyoko die, and then like a story of everyone killing each other eventually. You click this, you'll watch a cutscene of Makoto dying, and Kyoko dies anyway. It happens like right when you pick it, and you click this, and the rest of the game happens. If you choose the bad ending, you'll get a chance at the end to go back to this moment, so I do have to replay this game again. No. Is it like instant? You go right back here to this multiple choice. Right, but how far between this multiple choice and the ending? Because that's what I want to know. Is it like 4 lines of dialogue and then come back here? A few minutes, I guess? Okay, so I can click, like, pursue the lie and nothing bad will happen. It'll just put me right back here, and then I can go to the correct one of... I don't even know what runaway is. The bad end will happen, right? But that means nothing. It's just a what-if scenario. Unless it, like, puts a taint on my save file or something, like, idiot, you chose wrong. Can you do runaway? Never finish the game to fully have that mystery. Like that. You know what? We're just done. No, what happened? Let it go will continue the story. I don't know what runaway does. The guide doesn't say. No, running away isn't going to solve anything. All right. Game said no. No, we wrote nothing for this line. We just had to have it because our game maker has to have support for 3 options and we couldn't think of a 3rd one. So,
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
I'm sorry, Kyoko. This isn't the real timeline. Don't worry about it.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You're an idiot, Makoto.
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
It must be because there's some deeper truth she wants to keep hidden. Oh no, wait, I still gotta play the game. What was her account? Wait a minute. Kyoko used Monokuma's secret tool, which grants access to any room in the school. Oh.
Because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
You are
So
correct.
I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
There's the thing I'm supposed to click.
When we search Kyoko's room,
We? Who's
how
this
else
we
could the key
fella?
have gotten there?
Someone other than me must have put it there. That's the only explanation.
I did this first. Good job, me. What is wrong with you? Why would you do this? This is obviously the wrong choice.
I didn't have because I'd given it. There's no doubt.
You are correct.
So I couldn't
Possibly.
No, that's wrong.
Kyoko's just flat out like, you're kidding me with this?
No.
Why did I trust you
Kyoko could have
ever
gotten
in
into
my
her room.
life?
You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
The whole time it continued playing out, I was like, oh, I was confused. Okay.
I used Monokuma's secret tool. It's a mouse tool we'll use for later, which can open any lock in the school. What?
Monokuma's secret tool?
It's my stuffing!
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school,
It was the stuffing!
which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
She got into my room!
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing.
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
That I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all
Got
this
him.
means.
Where's she going?
Then, are you saying you really didn't, Kyoko? You really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
What? Has there ever been a time up? It's only after everyone's like, okay, we figured it out.
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up! All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
Makoto's calling
It's
him out?
because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out. So then, it's time for voting time, okay?
I sure hope everyone heard
please vote
Makoto
using the
when he was
lever
like, so
in
you're not the
front of
killer,
you."
right? You're not the killer then. Okay, so you're not the killer. Instead of everyone just hearing, oh, okay, so she's the killer.
But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
Stupid laugh. Oh, we actually get to watch a fake cutscene? I kind of don't want to watch this, though. Oh, no! What happened? Oh, never mind.
Good job! You got it right! Brilliantly right!
We got it right? Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko?
Now then,
She's just done.
I prepared a very
She's just done.
special punishment.
This time, is everyone ready? Okay then!
Okay, so this is clearly so she's not the killer, but he wanted her to be the killer because he wanted to punish her for breaking the rules, but he couldn't do it because of his own regulations, so he had to cheat in order to manipulate us to voting for her. But even then, he's still breaking his own rules by punishing only her and not all of us for getting it wrong. But, you know, whatever. Whatever. I want to kiss Byakuya in the mouth. Why did I... Don't we all?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
How does Kyoko die? Allegedly. Allegedly. She gets robots-ed. What on earth? Oh, I get it. Crushed by the guilt of friendship. Like, what are you doing? Just get up and step off of the treadmill. Are you glued? What is he teaching her? What is on that board? Excuse me? This is from that Teen Titans episode? You're actually right. Bad end. Amazing Robots villain song. I don't even know what song that is. Just some normal school stuff. Actually, you're not wrong. That's how the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba came to an end. I still have to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent, or regardless, the truth was lost forever, even for me. I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Mukuro's class trial, and in the end, it would prove to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We had attained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Wow, we did it. What the? What? We rebuilt. Look at Byakuya. Peace, but only inside the school. Wait, what happened to Toko? Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. Hope. Hope. Hope? This is hope?
No!
Toko...
This isn't right!
What the? Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Sorry, I just imagined Hina and a small version of me. And Hiro, you were there. And Byakuya, your hair. And Toko, you had a picture? Poor Hina. That's the real shame in that bad ending. That's right, I have to... Do I expose the lie or not? Or not? Well, that was good. Run away! I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyo. Do it again! We're stuck in a loop. 12 minutes. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here, something that has to do with the mastermind's trap
Well,
that Kyoko...
does no one have a rebuttal?
Sorry.
Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact?
Yes? Did you?
I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
Who else but Quagmire?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
Oh no, wait a minute.
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
Who's the only other person that has access to every room in the school besides, you know, us? And Kyoko, but nobody knows.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What? You're implying it's Makoto?
What?
What?
It had to be Makoto, right?
You were there! You saw it on the table! Yeah, I clicked it, but you were there first!
I don't see any other option.
Come on!
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
Yes, a third side. Don't you know your 40 cubes?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay,
Kangaroo court.
time's up!
Kangaroo court!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What?
We figured it out.
Time's up?
That's a new graphic. I've never seen that one before.
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time.
Ah, this time it's Kyoko's fault.
So then, it's
Kyoko
time
was late.
for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you.
What if we don't vote?
Voting time?
I never got to click on the thing, like where it says scroll through all the... Oh, what the... Look at that. A. Why are there points and rankings in this?
Now, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
What are you gonna do? Make your own comic on how you did it?
Hey,
I mean,
hold on!
yeah?
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
What if we all just don't vote? It's not in the rules that we're not allowed to. Hey. Huh? Wait a minute, huh? Ayo? That can't happen. That can't happen. What? You think I'm the killer? What? Oh, okay. True ending time? But isn't Makoto... No, whatever. Let's just play it out. Sorry, man.
Sorry.
It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Indeed.
Good job, everyone.
Good job.
They got it right.
No. I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense.
Shing!
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills, chills, kills!
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment.
What? What? Kyoko?
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Makoto's gonna break out of this somehow, right? Right? Hey, yo? I thought these were fake cutscenes. It's the same exact one. Hey, yo, what's he teaching on the blackboard? Bad ending is Kyoko gets punished and you live forever. The good ending is saving Kyoko and ending it all. Truly the best of choices. We are not worthy. Nah, something's gonna change. This is like the machine's gonna break or something before Makoto gets put in. Purple? Then it collected enough mono bears. Now you get the extra bad ending. The extra bad ending, Monokuma comes to your apartment and actually kills you. There it is. We're free. Got him. What the? What? That's gonna kill him too? Guys? Hello? That was a long hole.
What?
Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, what's that?
Yeah, it had to be.
This
Alter ego.
Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell. I don't believe this.
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us.
Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. That stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment.
Poo-hoo-hoo.
But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world.
There you go. Alter ego saved at the very end. You know, thanks, Alter Ego. I'm sorry you got crushed by a hammer and turned into a ball and given to Makoto as a gift. But you saved at the very end. Still a computer program, though. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay, we're not the ones being trapped this time.
Huh?
In other words,
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
so
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed.
We love Alter Ego in this house. Computer Basil has saved you. Poo-hoo-hoo. Cut to Makoto and his snapped neck at the bottom. Cut to Makoto and he's doing like that Family Guy death pose at the bottom of the pit with the leg strewn over the back of his... Yeah. Massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. What are we doing? We back at the start? Is this really the new ending? Just do it over again? Hope's Peak Academy brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. Say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop, into the workforce every year. Nobody does it better. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school, Kyo and Ko. 1, you have to already be attending high school. 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student can enroll here, especially not me, the most ordinary student. The only way is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing here at the gate of the ultimate school with the ultimate students was me. The cream of the crop. Let me tell you something. The cream will rise to the top. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy and ready. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class. The zonk? What the? That sounds like you're doing something else when you tell people, I'm gonna go zonk off. What was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Is this exactly how the game started? The extra epic ending is Makoto and Monokuma kissing, and you become the next master. Trust me, I skipped 1 and went to 2. Okay. The ultimate ending. Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together, and then I was awake. Or was it just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, that's not a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Yeah, clearly. Trash was piled high all across this area. There must have been some kind of underground garbage pit? Heck of a situation to find myself in, but that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there until I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. No matter what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. I somehow saw this picture of Alter Ego above me, despite the fact that my eyes were closed and I wasn't looking. Alter Ego saved me. He used up the last bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. Why did Alter Ego choose to save Makoto instead of... Sakura... Wait a minute. Sakura was the last death, wasn't she? Okay, never mind. So this is just the very next one after... Yeah, okay. For myself and for my friend. And with that, the pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of there. Well, it's been good. It's been good. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let's keep playing. Can't wait for game 2. Oh. You might have to. That's a rocket and a tank. Better not to think too much about what I'm seeing. Be able to play it again for the first time. Didn't you not even finish it? Or is that 3 that you didn't finish still? This is a desk? It's probably the one that I fell down here with me. Where's the mattress that I fell on to survive? I don't know what a Kometa is, but I'm happy you have someone. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? Big door. Rattle, rattle, rattle me bones. It's locked. Ugh. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, time to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. That was pointless too. Next, I search for some water. There's plenty of water around here, but it's all rotten. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink? Which ones are all around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides, but that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. And as long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was give up. Go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I have left after not being able to eat or drink. Can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. All I did was sleep and sleep. It's like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. Falling right out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign, not exactly. It's a magic conch shell? What the? Strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Yeah, sure, I'll click it. Character in the second game. You gotta beat 3 already so we could talk about it. I'm gonna have to play through these. They're so good. Just watch the anime. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
What? A giant piece of...
Oh, a giant piece of trash. Rude.
Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Oh, hi.
It smells awful.
She got that premium, exclusive, legendary cosmetic from the battle box. The Danganronpa despair box. She gave 83 Monokuma coins to get a guaranteed legendary, and she got that cup of noodle cosmetic hat.
This place smells awful.
Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected.
What are you doing here?
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you.
Glad to hear that, Kyoko. Gotta get a garbage in your hair.
It's my cosmetic.
She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again. Is she a dog? What the?
Hey,
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished.
Bread! Water! Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Ooh, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going.
But you still haven't given up then.
Of course not. I'm not like you. I don't give up after one person calls me out on a lie. After all, the fact that I keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at.
What was in the trash, though? Unbelievable amount of trash here. Okay. Think I know which characters you're gonna like for the second one? But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
so...
A cup of noodles on the goddess Kyoko.
To pay a debt, or no, to atone.
Atone.
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything.
Well, I gotta admit something, Kyoko. Hina is the mother of my children in a different timeline, and it's thanks to you.
So you knew.
Oh wait, that's Makoto. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you.
Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. You just led everyone to believe it was me and then led me to fend for myself without any help. That's not abandonment. I still love you.
No, that's not exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life.
Oh, that is exactly what I did.
You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive no matter the cost. I can't offer you any reason other than that. I really am sorry.
Oh.
However...
Abandoned. Oh no, I thought it would go through the whole dialogue. My bad.
However...
Pink. Why'd you have to survive?
I'll tell you everything. My name is Kyoko Kirigiri. I was born June 5th, 1997 in Montana. And I moved to Japan in 1842, and that's when I lost my memory. The reason I have to survive is so that I can do what I came to this school to do.
What?
I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. I'm gonna turn it into a puppet show.
So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak.
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did once.
Once?
Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was.
You forgot? But that's...
I had no memory of what my purpose was.
No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? Yep, that's why she doesn't know. My name is Yoshikage Kira. I'm 33 years old. My house is in the northeast section of Moroyo, where all the villas are, and I am not married. Wait, wrong franchise. I don't know what that is. Is that a JoJo reference? It probably is. Born on 1997, moved in 1842? Yeah, she's pretty special. Listen, the world of Danganronpa, anything can happen. Is it really true? You lost your memory?
Do you remember Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school?
The first thing? Talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted. When I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was.
But what made you forget all that?
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient.
Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory.
What if Kyoko's the mastermind? She wiped her own memory so she wouldn't even know. And she's doing all this just for fun. Just to be like, I kind of want to figure out the murders myself. But why would they want to do that?
There's only one reason I can come up with, because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans.
So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However,
it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things about myself the whole time.
But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
why is that?
And if I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us.
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right?
This is hurting my throat now. Mastermind one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
I'm out of water.
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me.
But why me?
Because among everyone,
Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but...
I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. She just flat out said, you're not smart enough.
Understand.
That's why I have to trust you, because you're too dumb. Not Hiro, not Hina, not... Hiro, Hina... Who's the other dumb one? Oh, Makoto.
I should understand everything.
Among us.
My goal isn't to get out of here. It's
I hate you all.
to stay here.
Get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head. Get... Just like the dream I had before, but why did that just
listen.
happen?
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just I'm not used to relying on
Correct.
others. I know I've never asked you for your help right away, so I understand if you're not convinced. Thank you for the water, Kinsey.
Honestly, Makoto, honestly, I was never convinced. Oh, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Yeah, her big personality. Look at the size of her personality right here. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
so
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability.
Why would I want to learn that? Let's just go check the door.
So,
Ability. Out with it.
I...
My ability, what everyone should have known me for.
Let me take a drink.
My ultimate ability as the 15th student of Hope's Peak Academy, Kyoko Kirigiri, is I'm the ultimate detective.
What a freaking shock. Who would have guessed that? Nobody would have guessed that. Who saw that coming? Nobody. What a twist. This is the ultimate twist, is Dick. I've never seen it. This is why you don't get free control. Can you guess what it is? Nope. Thought that was Kiggy. The ultimate detective.
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy was that someone I had to find here in the school.
Was it Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
The headmaster? Why do you want to find the headmaster?
Because he's my father.
What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak.
Kyoko's dad? Kyoko has a dad? I thought Kyoko just kind of spawned. I didn't know Kyoko had parents. Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. You were like, huh?
No matter what?
She just
So,
vibrated for a second. That was weird. Nothing. How'd you know that the whole time? If you had amnesia, doesn't explain, like, you know, whatever.
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. Makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him.
Oh, that's why. That makes sense. Kind of. Not really.
But listen, Makoto, I want to make things perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room.
What'd you see in there?
The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know there was anything, who didn't know where anything was, had been in there.
You mean the mastermind, right?
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found.
But why there? So that's why the second floor, right next to the closet, where all the food is stored, the pantry, has never been opened. It's because of all of that. That's the second floor of the dorms, and that's where Mukuro's been the whole time.
I also found this in the headmaster's room.
Is this some kind of map?
Indeed.
The layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. I showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. So I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if they were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find out of that room.
So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there. Way to keep up, Makoto.
Once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors.
What was it like, that part of the school, I mean?
Well, there were no cameras or monitors. It's hard to describe. All I can say is... The moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined.
Well, what do you mean?
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. I'm being vague on purpose. I love it. I gotta push the story forward.
For who, Kyoko?
For the player.
What player? What are you talking about?
You can't see him, but I do.
Sounds like it must be important and really ominous. Anyway, let's go. Okay, never mind.
However...
Which is why I had no idea what was going on at the rest of the building.
Has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student of Hope's Peak Academy, the ultimate despair, Alexander Hamilton, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her, and I know it wasn't you either.
I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th, was to get me killed.
Get you killed?
I stole that key and disappeared. And in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial.
It was?
Mastermind knew they could directly. Oh, sorry.
The way I do that voice, I have to put myself into a yawning motion. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly.
Yep. Minimal restrictions, free to explore. They couldn't kill her.
In other
They weren't allowed
words-
to. The mastermind is adamant. Oh, sorry.
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with the rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it.
Alexander Hamilton, he really threw away his shot. Aren't you glad you gave her a voice like that? I sure am. I mean, I didn't give her this voice. This is just her natural voice. If you listen to the anime, this is what you hear. Mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the Mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. You know, like Monokuma just said yesterday when we were talking about it. His own account that we didn't use a truth bullet for some reason.
There's one thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
What's that?
There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto! Whoa! Spooky! It could have been you, Makoto! Makoto! It could have been you!
It could have become the victim?
That's what I just said! You know what I'm talking about, right?
Do you mean... Here's this cutscene again? Why is this one not the memed cutscene? The other one was not shown as much as this one. Kinsey told me not to do that anymore, sorry. I'm glad you didn't give it to someone who died in the beginning. Because the other one is voiced. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death.
What the frick? What?
I can hear the god of death as he moves.
Oh, no, I know what you said, but you need to explain yourself.
That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room. You didn't lock your door even after I walked into your room and told you it wasn't locked. You had ample warning to lock your door. You're such an idiot. You are completely average. I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
however,
That wasn't the end of things.
Jesus Christ.
I stopped him, but that led to... whoever the mass assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised on the dojo key wound up in my room. Also be the work of the mastermind, an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me.
So this would mean whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right? My God.
Indeed.
Out with it.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think.
That's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want, if they feel like it. Wait, doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try to kill you because they couldn't interfere.
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. But it's not just Mokuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction.
So what does it all
In
mean?
other words,
Means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered.
Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair, the 17th student of Hope's Peak Academy.
It's... I don't know. Okay, so if 16 is Alexander Hamilton, that would mean 17 is, John Adams? No. The other Ultimate Despair? Who's the, There's two Ultimate Hamiltons. That's what I was trying to say. Who's the, not the guy that's played by Lafayette. He plays that other, writer guy. You know the song what I'm thinking about, right? So what did I miss? That one?
There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. So I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person.
It's
Indeed.
not?
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event.
I don't know. Oh. Was John Adams? You've never seen Hamilton? Oh. You can watch it. It's on Disney. You talking about Thomas Jefferson? That's the one. That's that famous guy. That founding father. That little fella. You're
That's
talking
right.
about...
What happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. You remember when my internet went out for 20 minutes? That was terrible. It caused everything that we see today.
The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair?
It would seem.
The despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
Then they're...
Indeed.
Make no mistake. It's AT&T. Oh, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair.
Don't want to? Okay. Better than the Danganronpa musical?
That is our real enemy.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is the leader of ultimate despair. 100-mile dash painted for junk food junkie. What does that have to do with anything? Rip. To be. From Nier Automata, continued. Hey yo, the Dream Island rocket. Dream Island? Did he really just pick up that giant rocket trash next to that tank, stuff it in his pocket, and say, well, I guess this is my present this time? You know, whatever. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. I should probably save and quit after this point, right? Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now...
Anyway.
Right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'll be done. I will save and quit and then continue next time. Can't give you the answer yet. I love all musicals, so I'm sure I'll love it. If I don't get a song about Mondo exposing himself to his bros, I'm gonna be livid. It looked cool. I'd do the same. There's a few hours left of this game. Oh, okay, cool. Right now, we should make... What, Kinsey? I'd say you can split the time before the trial into one stream, and then the trial itself into another or two, because that last one is long. Okay, well, maybe I'll... You know, the 13th is coming up real soon. Maybe if I do split the time before the trial, so, you know, here's what I'm thinking, right? Monday, so, you know, not streaming tomorrow because it's Thursday, but Friday I stream, and then the 13th is Sunday. I can do the ending of Danganronpa as part of the 13th, and then that'll have enough time to play it for the entire time, no pauses. Or just stream that last one a little bit earlier than usual. I can't because I stream after, like, I get out of work at 10:30. I start my streams at 10:35. I can't start it any earlier. Anyway, thank you for watching today's episode of Danganronpa. It was a good one.
Danganronpa.
Last one is so dang long. Stream at work, they won't know. I literally cannot. Work and stream like a real gamer. It's two separate rooms. I can't get up and go to the... I can't. I can't. That's all I'm saying.